What's your everybody, it's your boy Chimpact bringing guys my game against the San Francisco GiEnteis. So this is going to be on Showdown because my Wi-Fi was acting up. It doesn't really happen that often, but my DS could not connect to my Wi-Fi for whatever reason. We kept disconnecting over and over and over again. It took us like 4 tries before I suggested that we should just play on Showdown. And this is the matchup. He didn't bring Manaphy. He did not bring Manaphy, so there's no U-turn knockoff to worry about. So you know what? The game plan here is that if he leads Zapdos, I'm gonna lead Politoed. If he leads Zapdos, I switch to Steelix. If he leads Crest, I switch to Steelix. Absol, Nido, Regirock, I just click Scald because I'm Scarfed. And if he's Scarf Nidoking, I don't know if Thunderbolt actually knocks me out because Politoed has really good bulk. I'll just calc it after. But I know that a Scald is going to be able to knock him out, and if he's not Scarf, he might think that I'm just a bulky variant, and Life Orb Thunderbolt will definitely be able to knock me out. And so Regirock will just switches out into probably Ditto, and then I can just switch out to Celebi if he leads Ditto against my Politoed. And it also helped me out if he's Pressure, if on the Zapdos to see how fast he is. So he does lead out with the Zapdos, and I'm going to lead out with the Politoed. And because my Drizzle activated before his Pressure, I know that I am faster, and we are going to double switch here anyway. So if there was any doubt about the speed there, it has been eliminated because I switched out before Zapdos, so my Politoed is 100%. Well, it could be 75% faster because I could have won both speed ties if he's for whatever reason running Scarf with like min speed. So I go for Stealth Rock there, as he's also going to exchange rocks. And here on Wi-Fi, we made this play. I roared him out as he went for Stealth Rock again, and I roared him out into Regirock. So I decided to go for another layer of Stealth Rock, dual layer of Stealth Rock, so that Zapdos is super dead. Just kidding. Anyways, here I'm just going to go for the Iron Head to gauge the damage and to see what type of set this Regirock is. If he's like a Curse set, I can roar it away. I doubt he would actually go for Curse because he copied my Steelix with the Ditto, so he knows that I have Roar. So here I'm actually going to switch out. I need to preserve my Steelix, and Rain is going to end here anyway, so he might want to go out into Zapdos or something like that to take advantage of my Steelix, and he knows that I have Roar anyway, so I don't know. I'm going to switch out into Celebi as he goes out into Steelix. He doesn't know if I have Damp Rock. He does know if I have Damp Rock because I'm Choice Scarf. So I'm going to just Nasty Plot here against the Steelix that he copied. Just because then I know he's probably not going to go for Roar because he doesn't know my moveset. And Giga Drain is a pretty decent play. So here I'm just going to go for the Nasty Plot. And if he's not running any bulk, I believe Psychic should be able to just knock it out. But it looks like he's running max HP with a lot of, well, not a lot of special bulk, but a decent amount of special bulk. Because I'm able to take that Heat Wave comfortably. It only did 52%, and I don't have any HP or special defense investment in this Celebi. So here I'm just going to go for Giga Drain, knowing that it's going to be able to knock out his Zapdos as he goes out into Duck Goose, the Cresselia. Look at that health that I gained back. I gained back 24%, and this is huge because now at this point in the game, I'll be able to take a knockoff from the Absol with the Colbur Berry and my defense investment. So he's actually going to go for the Lunar Dance here, and he's going to bring back the Zapdos. This is a very odd move, because the Zapdos, it looked like it wasn't dead to rocks because it was at 26%. Showdown does lie to you sometimes, but he's in the same exact position that he was before when he could have just revenged me with something like a Nidoking. But he's going to go for a Heat Wave here if he was Scarfed. He's going to go for Heat Wave here, and I'm just going to switch out here because I don't want the Ditto to copy me and hit my Torn with very powerful Dazzling Gleams. So I'm actually going to switch out to Torn as he does go for another Heat Wave, and like I said, I didn't want the Ditto coming in after I knocked that out and just go for a Dazzling Gleam or something like that. And I can always just sack off the Celebi later. I calc the damage, and Psychic with the spread that I'm running is going to be able to knock out the Zapdos at 16 plus 6, which is 22%. So now he's going to go out into the Torn, and I'm just going to U-turn out. I was very happy with the fact that he went out to Torn here, because now I'm able to just U-turn out. He does get the Confusion. I was very worried right there because he could have just Confusion hacks me, and I would have been forced to take a hit with one of my other Pokemon. And here I decided to go out to Diancie because I don't want my Steelix to take any unnecessary damage, and he still has Regirock, which can take an Iron Head or two. So here I'm just going to go for the Diamond Storm. I don't really need this Diancie that much because I don't know if his Nidoking is scarfed or not, and the Absol probably has Iron Tail and is probably going to outspeed me because not only am I running an Adamant nature, um, yeah, even if his Absol is adamant, he's going to probably be able to outspeed me. So I'm actually going to switch out into the Celebi here. I wanted to keep the Dynasty just in case the Nido is not scarfed. I want to have another answer to it, just because Scizor is not that great, and he might have, if he's not scarfed, then he might be carrying Sucker Punch, so it could hit the Politoed, and he knows that I'm probably scarfed Politoed due to the beginning of the game with the Zapdos pressure and the double switch. So here he's actually going to double switch out from the Ditto into the Nidoking, I guess expecting me to go into Steelix to take advantage of the Celebi, but no, I'm actually going to just stay in. And here I went for another Giga Drain because I didn't want to go for Psychic in case he goes out to Absol. And then the Nidoking, no matter what, was going to be dead to my Scarf Politoed if he didn't outspeed. And if he was like a Sucker Punch variant, I would have been actually able to live it because of the Cobra Berry that I still had active. And here I'm just going to go out to Steelix, double switch out into my Politoed, expecting the Ditto to come in to wall me, but instead he goes out to Regirock. So that was a pretty risky play, going out from Steelix into Politoed, because he actually could have Sludge Waved again. But I decided, you know what, I doubt he's going to make that play because Steelix can take advantage of that. And the Nidoking is Scarf, so you might think that's a potential win con at this point because I don't really have a way to deal with it. It's very, very risky for me to switch in Torn or Steelix because he could go for the Sludge Wave or Earth Power respectively against those two Pokemon and knock me out. So here he knows that I'm Scarfed because I win the Speed tie there. I get a crit there. It really didn't matter because he was in 2-hit KO range because he's doing 24%, and yeah. So he actually wins the second Speed tie there. I don't think it really matters that much just because I'm probably still going to be in Earth Power or Sludge Wave range despite the Scald damage. I'm pretty sure if I was 27% healthier I still would have died to an Earth Power. So he's going to go for the Earth Power here and be able to knock me out. So the only play that I have here is to go out into the Torn because that is my only Earth Power switch, unfortunately. I mean, the Scolipede can take an Earth Power, but I don't want it to. So here I'm just going to go for the U-turn. I could go for the Hurricane, but that means that the Absol could set up in a Swords Dance because then I would have to hit another Hurricane on the Absol if I do knock out this Nidoking here. And if I miss the Absol with the Hurricane, that also sucks. So now I'm going to go out into the Scolipede. Scolipede can take an Earth Power, by the way, guys. It can, but the thing is, with the EV spread that I'm running, I'm not going to be able to outspeed this, and Scizor actually doesn't even knock out the Pinsir. So I'm going to protect here just to get a little bit more HP, and I'm going to switch back out into the Torn. I don't know if he's going to expect me to switch out to Torn. I really doubt that because I protected right there. And it would be a very, very risky play just to go out to Absol on my Scolipede, which would have been at 92% had I knocked out the Nidoking with a potential Earthquake. Or allow the Absol to take an Earthquake. So here I'm going to go out to Torn, and I'm just going to U-turn again because I think he's going to try to Swords Dance up with the Absol at this point. So I don't want that to happen, and I'm just going to U-turn out into my Scolipede again, and it's at 70%, so I can still take an Earth Power with the EV spread that I'm running because I'm running that special bulk 36 to take the Psychic, but I guess it's coming in handy to take on the Nidoking. So here I am just going to go for the Protect, and because he switched out to Absol here, I am going to be able to outspeed it right here. I think I outsped it regardless. Maybe Absol has 139 speed actually, so I wasn't going to be able to outspeed it unless he's not running max speed. So here I'm just going to go for the Scizor. He was hoping that I missed the Mega Horn if I did have Mega Horn, but I am not going to try to miss in this game. So I don't have Mega Horn. I have Scizor, and he actually tried to set up a Swords Dance there, he said. And here, because of the damage with the Stealth Rock, he is now in range of Scizor. When he was at 24%, it was actually a damage roll. It did 20 to 24%, so I needed a max roll to knock him out with the Scizor there. But that is going to be the game. Very, very... He could have reverse swept me with the Absol, so I was very, very scared. But had Scolipede gone down to the Absol, then, or to the Nidoking, then I had the U-turn from Tornadus into my Steelix to take down the Absol, because Iron Head is a 2-hit KO, and No matter what his Absol does, he cannot knock out my Steelix even with the +2 superpower, I think. So that is it, guys. That is my match against San Francisco GiEnteis. Definitely be sure to check them out. Answer the quote of the day, question of the day, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, and we are now 5-2. Very, very good. Very, very solid record. And our streak continues. 4 wins in a row. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like. Peace.